Second nature for children in the house, Coach. How you doing?
It's always great, great, great. How was
Man, I'm doing absolutely great, man. I got to share a little something, and
Oh, before you start, let me just say this. It's V. My phone is off. I remember that.
I can't wait
You're
to hear
funny.
it. I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait. I can't. I'm telling you, I can't
Go
wait.
ahead.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. So, and I'm sure I hear it tomorrow. A lot of folks don't know what that's about, but I can't wait to hear it. So.
Inside joke,
Yeah,
inside joke.
I can't wait until tomorrow because I'm sure no gonna get it, and I wish that y'all can encounter after this one. So we're gonna see what's going on. But yeah, I can't wait. So, Coach, I'm gonna do this right here. Encountered this week, and I just want to say this right here. Parents, if you haven't anyone to do anything to help your child in any capacity, please, please make sure that that person that you got helping your child know what they doing. Please.
Mm.
I got to say that. I had a guy brought a young girl in there. She had to be maybe 14 or 15 years old. I don't know if he was getting what he was getting her ready for in the weight room, but he had her doing everything wrong and he had her lifting the weight too heavy. Parents, please, if you're gonna allow your child, these folks call themselves coaches. If your child playing on any type of sport, your daughter, any kind of chili, any, please make sure that you attend to see who's coaching your child and what they have your child doing. Please, please. Another thing happened this week. I was talking to a guy who was on the Stairmaster, and guy got on. Young guy could have been late 20s, early 30s. And he had to be anywhere from 350 to 400 pounds. I don't know if you've seen him, my second time seeing him. And he was on the stepper, man. And he probably had been up there for probably about 45 seconds. He was sweating Crisco oil. You understand what I'm saying? He was sweating like that for 45 seconds. He only had it on level one. So I saw him that first day. So this Saturday I was on it and he ended up getting on it beside me. And we began to talk because he was saying certain things like how I do this, how I do that, how I do this. And when I mentioned this to him, I told him that you got to take care of yourself. And I said that your health is everything, you know? It's all you got. You have nothing else. And this guy said, man, I never looked at it like that. And I'm like, God, how you
Mm.
get to be late 20s, early 30s and don't understand yet. And I mean, people are older and don't get it yet, but it just really
Mm.
kind of made me like, wow, you never really thought. And I can see, that's one of the reasons that you are 350 to 400 pounds because they haven't dawned on you yet that your health is everything. And it seemed like that when I said it, it really just amazed him. He was like, wow, now that you put it like that, I never thought about it like that. Like, and I'm just still wondering what we're going through as a people, 40, 50, 60, 70 years old, that something should be so simple that we haven't picked up yet.
Yeah, but like I get it. I get it, but I understand that other side too, where people don't see it as a priority. Not that it's right, but people get to living, man, coming from one situation, be it your mom and daddy house, trying to get your own thing. Your priority is survival, roof over your head, decent income, what have you. And over time, man, whether they see it or not, you know, they helped keep deteriorating. You know what I'm saying? But they don't see it like that because if you look around, you see a lot of people look like you or bigger than you. You figure, hey man, I'm doing all right. You know what I'm saying? And as time go by, a situation like this or, a health scare or what have you, and they're like, man, I need to do better. But you let it go for so long, it's got out of control. Not that you can't rein it back in, but it's harder now. You know what I'm saying? It's harder now because you let it go for so long.
Right.
So I get it, man. I think majority of people that's what they are.
Okay.
Really, they let it go for so long. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I definitely, I agree. I concur. I agree. And those are just two things, and there's a couple of more things, but those are just two things right there that just made me, I just had to bring that to the family attention. But tonight, and I'm ready to get right to it too, because I want to talk about how can blacks age gracefully? That's what I want to talk about. That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about how can blacks age gracefully. And I just and I just want to break this
Mm.
title down. If you want to go in, I just
Hey,
break it
go
down.
ahead, break it down. Then go
Since
on.
it's
Yeah.
a, since it's a short title, I want to break it down. So when we look at the word how, it means in what way or manner, by what means, how. When we look at the word can, be able to, how can, be able to. And when we look at the word age, I want to deal with the verb definition of the word since it's the way I have it titled in here. And it reads to grow old or older, especially in a way that is visible and obvious. Remember that, age. Then gracefully, I want to use the adverb in an attractively elegant way. Hmm. And I noticed, coach, over the years, as I run into people that I grew up with, or either someone I haven't seen in a long time, I'm noticing, coach, that they're not aging gracefully.
Let me ask you this. Is it mostly so men than women? What is it as far as the
Well,
ones not aging gracefully? That from your observation,
yeah, as I if by you asking me that, and if I just think about it right off the bat, I would have to say more men.
more men. Yeah,
I I,
yeah.
I run into more
That's
the
same man. That's
guys.
why I asked because I thought about it before coming on. Yeah, I see more women aging gracefully than men. I don't know. Did we give up? Did we
Mm,
figure, hey man, we over the hill? I don't know what it is. You
mm,
know what I mean? But yeah,
mm.
go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. So definitely, as I think, I would say definitely more men that I run into will not aging gracefully, and it bothers a lot of people, Coach, when you tell the truth. It bothers a lot of people when you tell the truth. Um, and normally I have people, they say, well, you're looking good, you this and that. And there was a time I would just say it back. It's just like responding back, not really meaning it, but just about like you asking somebody how they doing. You really don't care how they doing. It's just a formality type of thing.
Volunteer. Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Really don't, folks really don't care. It's just a greeting. And so now a lot of times, if I run into someone and they give me a compliment, and if it's not for me to compliment them back, for me to just tell a lie, then I just move on with the conversation
No, yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know, instead of
yeah, yeah.
instead of going there with them like that. And so, because some people, when you say certain things, some people would say, who are you to judge how somebody looking? And I'm like, I'm so sick of us using that word judge because a lot of us, like, whenever you want to jump in, a lot of
No,
us
I'm just
don't.
saying defense mechanism. That's all it is, and it's not. It's. I mean, just defense mechanism. I just say that, man. That's all it is. I come back. That's all it is. You
And
know.
when you deal with a lot of us that are so emotional, we use a lot of words and not even understanding the meaning of the word. And so what people have to understand, I'm not judging you because I'm not giving you my opinion about you. If I state something that's a fact about you that can be proven, then I want you to understand that I'm not judging you because the only way I'm judging you is that I'm giving you my perspective of you, my perception of you, or my opinion of you. So if I'm telling you the truth about something, don't get so emotional. Then maybe you just need to go see and sit down and kind of think to yourself for a minute. Well, damn, is it true? Do I need to whatever was just said to me? And then if it's not, then be able to go back verbally and have a conversation with whoever you, but that's another thing. that a lot of us cannot do, and we haven't learned to do, and that's to communicate with each other. Because of our feelings and emotions, a lot of times it won't let us communicate. And so I'm never judging if I'm not giving you my opinion. If I'm stating facts, and if you go to hollering about I'm judging you, now, just like Coach said, that's a defense mechanism you're trying to kick up,
Yeah.
or you have just truly just jumped into your emotions. Because I'm going to tell you right now, from my observation and from me seeing, even people I don't know, I'm talking about you could be on this social media thing, you could just be going through life, going through your journey and seeing us. And you would see that most of us that I see, especially depending on where you're going, hell, you can go to the gym and see we're not doing well. And these folks in the gym supposed to be the ones that are doing well, but you could see that they're struggling. You understand? You got people who
Yeah.
come to the
Yeah.
gym that still haven't figured it out yet, still haven't figured out that nutrition is the most important part of you telling me how you want to look. You thinking just by you coming in here, pulling this for a minute, walking over there, pulling that for a minute, and then you're telling me you wondering why this haven't happened yet because you haven't learned after all this time that's not the way that works. That's not how that goes. It's a combination of things that you have to put together when it comes to fitness. And that's why I always say people are in different areas. And if you ever need my help or you want to chop it up with me about something when it's dealing with the mind, the body, or soul, that's my information right there. All you got to do is hit me up. Won't nobody never know. I won't nobody never know. You hit me up and we'll chop it up. But a lot of us are not aging well, like I said. And if you're overweight or obese and your eating habits are out of control and you're not doing nothing to save your own life, I can guarantee you're not aging gracefully. I can guarantee you. If you're overweight or obese and you're not doing nothing and your eating is out of control, I can guarantee you are not aging gracefully. Don't you know just weight alone add years to your aging?
Mm.
It makes you look older.
Yeah.
Just yeah,
Well,
literally,
yeah.
literally just weight alone. And then we don't even have to talk about by you picking up the weight, how the percentage of your wellness begin to go down because it brings on so many different sicknesses.
Mm.
Because these are things that put you in bad health, being overweight, eating out of control, being obese. It makes you look older. It ages you. And not only does it age you, it takes years off your life. It began to shorten your life, whether you know it or not. I don't know if we thought about it. Just like the young man I was talking to, it's like, man, I'm saying something that's so simple. He was like, damn, I ain't never thought about it like that. So I'm wondering who's hearing me that's not taking care of yourself. Have you ever heard that by you not taking care of yourself, you could be shortening the years off of your life? It makes you look older. And Black's life expectancy, it has moved down to 70 years old. Some recorded has it down in the late 60s. Our lifespan is just moving down. So just imagine if you in your 60s and they telling you that you only gonna live and you may not even make it to 70 and you're not taking care of yourself. I just
Yeah.
want you to think about, just think about, I don't care if you 50, 40, 50, and just use 70 for okay. That's when they saying I'm gonna get up out of here. And if you're not taking care of yourself and you already 40 and 50, you may not even make it to 70. Start counting your years. A lot of us don't think about that. And a lot of us are not making it to that age of 70. Just start thinking about it. Because a lot of us, and one of the biggest reasons, and you pull up statistics, you go to CDC and ask them whatever you want to ask about wellness and fitness, and they'll give you the numbers. And those are the numbers of just people that a lot of times go to the doctor that they're trying to record. A lot of folks don't go to the doctor that's not being recorded. So it's really worse than a lot of times the numbers that you see. And we're literally self-destructing because of our behavior. And I'm saying once again, we're not aging well. Coach, you want to say anything before I go further?
I just want to add, I'm not trying to be facetious, man, or saying anything with tongue in cheek, so to speak, but have you ever heard anyone say that they want to age gracefully?
Mm,
Because as we talk, having conversation, even prior to this, looking at the email, man, I thought about it. I'm like, I heard people had regrets that they didn't start working out, that they didn't, protect their money better and all of that. But I've never heard anyone say that they want to age gracefully, you
mhm,
know. And you could also say quality life. I always say quality life. You want a good quality of life. You don't want to be aging and then, you turn into dependent or something. You know what I'm saying? I can understand stuff happen. But have you ever heard anyone say, man, I just want to age gracefully? That's part of
mhm,
my goal. You know what I'm saying? People talk about a house. They talk about paying off for their house, their car. You know what I'm saying? I never heard anyone say, man, I want to age gracefully, you know. And like I said, I see more women aging gracefully than men,
mhm.
you know.
Absolutely.
It's like I said, I don't know if they give up. They figure, it's over for them. But as long as you're breathing, as long as you got life, it's never over. It's only over when you say it's over. If you think it's over and you're still breathing, that's on you. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, we don't know when the journey's gonna end. So why would you stop short and you're still moving around here? Why would you do that? You know, why would you stop short and you don't even know when the time of the hour is here? You still here? But that's just the way I see that, man. Um, I know, like I said, life could get into the way. You can do things so busy trying to survive. I get that. But come on, man. If you weren't in decent shape to work that 10-hour job, 12-hour job, or them two jobs, what would you be? So you should try to maintain a decent, you know, health when it comes to your journey, when it comes to your life. I would think, you know what I mean? I would believe that everyone would like to have a graceful, you know, I would think that. I could be
Mhm,
wrong.
mhm,
I could be wrong, but I think that should be part of every one of us goals, man. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Apart from paying off for the house and paying off for the car and paying off the loans and all of that, your little pension, your savings, whatever. What about your health? You know what I mean? What they said, Steve Jobs had about what, 4 billion in an account or something like that when he got up out of here.
Yes, sir.
So the money, I mean, what is the money if you ain't got your health?
Mm.
You know what I mean? So if you're not taking that in consideration, man, not too late for you to start, man. For real, for real. You know.
And by you saying that, I think that's what's happening. Us trying to survive, and then on the other hand, trying to live above your means. And then on the other hand, being addicted to material things till we find ourselves letting those things be our main focus in life. And so
Mhm.
literally, like you say, you're working yourself to death, literally. You just working
Yeah,
yourself to
because you
death.
you 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 financially strapped. And that leads to stress too, because how you get a good night's sleep knowing you got to pay the money go in so many different places, and you trying to pay this up, trying to pay that off. Oh, I see something else I want. Hey man, that discipline and self control you always talk about, man. I just read an article, and these are the older people what they're talking about, and they're talking about some of the things we talking about, like they don't get caught up with new stuff anymore. We're not buying new stuff. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
uh Pleasing everybody and all. Nah, man. They're content with what they have, trying to keep what they have, add a little more. and just to take care of what is necessary. And I guess you got to live life a certain time to realize, you know what? I've been messing up all this time. I don't need to have that, and all of that stuff. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It makes no sense. You got a house and you got to rent a storage unit
Mhm.
to put some stuff in there because you ain't got enough space in your house for the stuff. What sense does that make? Come on, man.
Yeah, our priorities are definitely in the wrong place. And then another thing, we're enjoying ourselves today, and really a lot of us are not thinking about the future. You understand? It's just like right now, you're doing a lot of drugs. Don't you know that's aging you? That's taking time off your life. You're not thinking about the effects of it. It's gonna catch up with you. All the excessive alcohol drinking, that's gonna catch up with you. That's what I'm not seeing, that my people not seeing. These things are gonna catch up with you. Smoking, that's gonna catch up with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna catch up with you.
Yeah.
People that are suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, that got you aging and looking so bad. These things, they speed up your aging. Whenever you're doing drugs, whenever you drinking excessively, that stress, like you just said, that speeds up your aging, and it has you looking old. It has you looking old, and what you have to understand, first of all, stress, it breaks down your body cells. I don't know how many people know that. You stressing out. You don't know how the effects that it plays on your body. It's breaking you down. Not enough sunlight. That's why I make sure every day of my life, coach, I don't care what it's doing outside. I make sure I go outside, because not enough sunlight, it weakens your bones and your skin. We're not thinking. You got to get outside. Too much sugar, especially that added sugar, it damaged the skin and it began to cause wrinkles. And not only that, here come type 2 diabetes if you don't have diabetes. With all that added sugar, all that stuff, it ages you. And no exercising. Can you imagine, for my family who's not exercising at all? You are literally slowing down your whole body and your mind.
Yeah. And they can do that research, man. I'm telling you. It's out there. It's out there, man.
That's crazy. You're not exercising. That's just breaking your body down, breaking it's just slowing you down. And it's really aging you when you're not taking care of yourself. You gotta take care of yourself. Enjoy yourself, duty, but you got to learn how to balance your life off as well. Holding on to anger. Did you know that holding on to anger or holding grudges, that bring on stress, and then that begins to show on your face? Yeah, you can see some people and see they're having a hard time.
Yeah.
Literally, you can look at them and tell they're having a hard time. You can look at the alcoholic. You can look at the drug addict. You can look at the one that you're
Mm.
going to work with every day. If you know what to pick up on, you could tell they stressed
Uh,
out. You could tell. If you know
yeah.
what to pick up on, you could tell that they stressed out. Did you know, even not even drinking enough water, it makes your skin look dry. I could tell when you're not hydrated. A lot of us don't even drink the proper water. That's crazy. Coach, I
See,
always
that's
see you.
why I make an effort, and that's me just um, doing it when I sit down in a weekend because I know during the week I got it because I got my container in the truck as I'm moving around. But I notice I slack off during the weekend. So that's why I make an effort. Okay, wherever I sit, I'm gonna have a bottle. And I'm checking, okay, you just need to finish that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I
Absolutely.
do that. Yeah. Yeah.
Not
That's why I
enough,
do that.
yeah, not enough water.
Yeah.
I can see it because I
Yeah.
know what I'm looking for. I can see it in your skin. I can see how it's breaking your skin down. And I can see how it makes you look older. I can see it. People who can tell can see it.
Yeah.
And then not enough rest. I ain't saying you got to sleep 7 to 8 hours, but you need to get some rest. You need to settle down, because a lot of times just because you sit down doesn't mean that you rest in your mind. You got to learn how to rest your mind as well.
Calm your mind down because I know the thoughts, at night, that's when your thoughts be racing. If you can't control it, You wouldn't sleep 8 hours, but when you wake up, you're gonna be tired because you're like, hey, you ain't
The,
had no rest.
you
You
still
slept, but you ain't had no rest.
still been racing. The mind's
You
still been
know what I'm
racing.
saying? So yeah.
And when you don't get that proper rest, you don't give your body and your mind time because it need to repair itself so it can get ready to function some more. And when it
Mm.
don't prepare, it don't get the proper repairing time. I could see it. I could. Have you seen somebody? I'm like, damn, buddy, you look tired. You look tired.
Some people, other people talk about it, so you get up in the wrong side of the bed.
Got up on the. You got up on the wrong side of the bed.
They
You
had
can.
enough rest. They didn't rest.
You can
You know.
see it.
Yeah.
And these things are, it keeps you from aging gracefully. So we got to get better. And coach, for time's sake, I can go on and on and on, but I'm gonna stop right there. And I want to look at some things that can help you age gracefully. Let's do that. Let's look at some things that can help you. And then it's up to you if you want to do it, if you want to age gracefully. First of all, you need to stay active. First of all,
Yeah.
you need to stay active. You need to stay active. You need to start exercising at least 3 to 4 times a week. You need to get in that gym, get in your house, get somewhere. But the first thing you need to do, you need to stay active. You need to learn how to clean your diet up. You don't want to do the homework. There go my email address. Hit me up. Let's talk about it. If you want to, let's talk about it. If you don't know how to do these things, I mean, they got a million videos out, but you got to have the interest in pulling the video up because they have these things out there on how to get started. How whatever you ask, whatever you want. If you want a one-man shop, you just hit me up and we'll get you active. We'll get you. I tell you about eating. Tell you where to go look at it. You pick out what you want to eat. If you do breakfast, because people do it different. So you'll just have to share with me what's going on with you, and then I get you on the right path. I swear. It don't cost you nothing to hit me up. For you to get on the right path, I got you. But you got to learn how to clean that diet up. And I'm gonna tell you something. You either got to cut back or you got to cut out that smoking. You got to cut it back. You got to cut it
Cut
out.
it up.
Doing drugs, you got to cut that out. You got to cut that out. That just tearing the body all the way down. You got some things going on upstairs that need to be addressed. Excessive alcohol drinking, you either need to cut it down or you need to cut it out. And I'm gonna show you right now how you can tell if you got a problem. Just simply say this right here. You know what? Let me give myself about a week with no alcohol. And if you can't do it, you got a problem.
Yeah, bro.
I want you to see how simple this is. Just say, you know what? Let me just go a week, zero alcohol, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. If you're doing it every day, start off, let me go a day. Let me go 2 days. Break it down. Because a lot of us have problems that we don't either want to admit or we don't see it or we are in denial about. So just say, you know what? Let me go a week without drinking alcohol. And if you can't make it, then you got a problem. You got a problem. Believe me. And if you know that alcohol changes your whole everything when you start drinking, you need to stop. Yeah, you need to stop if you want to age gracefully, because all of this stuff gonna catch up with you. And another thing we have to learn how to do this got a lot of stress on us and got us looking real bad. You got to heal from that past trauma. You got to heal from it. It got you looking bad. It got you acting a fool. Yeah, you got to heal from that. And like we said a little earlier, you got to get some rest. You got to learn how to manage stress. I don't know if you know how to meditate. You could pull up on meditation, but you got to get some time where you learn how to work that mind and close the door to things that you're worrying about or whatever's going on. Tap into that subconscious mind and see what's going on. And work that mind by reading. Start reading. Find things you like. Find something, but read. Use your brain. Read. Read. You don't even know how much reading would help you to learn something new, to start building that brain muscle. Read.
I mean,
Please.
that it stretches your imagination too. You know what I mean? You
Abs-
actually try. You can travel, mentally by reading. You can picture
Absolutely.
yourself in that destination wherever it is you're reading about. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, that's real.
That's real. And another thing,
Yeah.
make sure, like I said earlier, make sure you get out and spend time in nature. Outside, whether you know it, is so helpful to the mind. And just admire and look at nature and be able to just sit around and just think for yourself. Get away from folks a lot of times and just get out there in nature and just enjoy nature. Look at the trees. Look at the cars moving by. Look at that. Just
You know,
whatever's
listen to
in
birds.
sight. Listen to the absolutely. Listen to the birds. Absolutely. Just get out in nature and enjoy nature and watch how it begins to take your mind to another level. Simple things. And it'll help you age gracefully because it'll calm you down. Yeah, it'll calm you down. And then another thing we need to do is we need to practice self-care and self-love. Start showing yourself that you got a strong liking for yourself. Because a lot of our behavior, whether you know it or not, a lot of our behavior show that we don't even love ourselves. And you think about that, that's a fact.
I mean, we ain't talking about buying everything possible.
Oh,
I love myself. So, ladies, we ain't talking about buying all the pocketbooks. Gentlemen, we ain't talking about buying all the cars and all the jewelry. We talking about actually taking care of you.
taking care of
Yeah.
yourself.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. We see you taking care of stuff. We see that. But
Take
we
care of
don't
you like you take care of the stuff. Yeah.
take care of you like you take care of your stuff. If you do that right there, I guarantee you, you'll be all right. Cause boy, I see some of these jokers taking care of these cars and these women taking care of stuff. But I'm looking at them, I'm like, wow,
Now there you go.
wow,
You see who's running who. You know what I'm
wow.
saying? You see the priority. It's like, okay,
Absolutely. It's sad, but absolutely you see it. And
okay.
then find like-minded people. If you want to take your life to another level, then you got to find folks who willing to take their life to another level or who have taken themselves to another level. Because I'm gonna tell you something, when you work on taking your life to another level, it's gonna be a lot of folks you just gonna have to let go. It's sad, but it's true. When you start taking your life and you want to go to another level, it's going to be a lot of so-called friends. It's going to be a lot of so-called family members. It's going to be low. You're going to have to let them go. You're going to have to let them go. You're going to have to cut some people loose. Believe me, if you cut some people loose and stop doing some of that crazy stuff y'all be doing, it'll help you age gracefully. Yeah. And then if they want to come along with taking their life to another level, now y'all headed somewhere else in a positive way. But right now, y'all stuck in negativity. That's not going to work. And you got to always remember this right here. In order for you to elevate in life, you have to isolate. You got, in order for you to elevate, you have to isolate. You got to get away from stuff. I'm trying to tell you something. You got to get away and deal with you. You got to get away and deal with you. And coach, I'm gonna start right there, and this is my last one. Let your mental health become your first priority.
You
I'm
see
gonna leave
that?
that right there. Let your mental health become your first priority. Start taking care of yourself, family, so you can age gracefully. Because right now, we're not looking good. We're not aging well. We're not aging well. And I'm gonna tell you something, it's visible and it's obvious. Just like when I read the definition of verb of age, I can see it. It's visible and it's obvious. So you can't tell me if you walk up to me and I see you obese and you tell me that you're doing great, you're doing so good, man, no, you're not. Young
Yeah.
lady, no, yeah, no, you're not. No, you could okay, but no, you're not. Because I'm looking at you. Yeah, I'm looking at you. And then if you in the gym taking care of yourself and you tell me how good you doing and this and that, once I talk to you about 5 or 10 minutes, I'm be like, no, you're not. Because I'm picking up things mentally. That's
mentally in there. Yeah.
absolutely. So you can look good, but all I got to do is talk to you for a minute or two. Then I can tell you're not doing good mentally. But physically, you can't even play me because I'm looking at you. I'm looking dead at you. So let's get it together, family, so we can age gracefully. Coach, it's 4 minutes or so. I'm done, coach.
First of all, man, I just say ask yourself the question. Do you want to age gracefully? Be honest. If you already checked out, oh, be honest with yourself. But as long as you're breathing, it's not, impossible to turn that corner, man.
Mm,
Ask yourself, do you want to age gracefully? Because you might be your biggest problem. You might be your biggest problem. Your biggest obstacle might be you,
mm,
you know. Directly and indirect could be that you give up. But why? Why would you do that? The journey's not over yet. You're still here. You're here for a reason. You know what I mean? You turn it around, man. Ain't a whole lot I can add to what you say. But like I said, that mental definitely, because when you talk about being active, and you did, speaking it, it also includes that mental. Keep
mm,
that mental active, man. Keep that mental active. I don't know, you like people like crossword puzzle, you got math problems, all that stuff now, math puzzles. I know y'all on YouTube, I know y'all on Facebook, I know you're on Twitter. Take some time out just to, stimulate your brain cells, man. You know what I mean? That isolation, that's very, that's key too, man. And you can do it, in increments. I don't know, half an hour. You just go in the park your vehicle, whatever. After you walk around, just sit on the bench, just chill, man. Think about your life. Just think about your life, where you are. If you don't have a goal as to where you want to be, just come up with that, man. You know, you're still breathing, you're still here for a reason. So
mm,
why give up, man?
mm,
You know. But all we trying to do is encourage you to live a better life. And as I think about it, as we talk about it, I find it hard to believe that anyone would want anything other than that.
mm,
But I could be wrong, you know. It's life, man. Meant for living. You still here. It's not over. So let's turn that corner, man. Turn that page. Let's do better. We're the second month. We're in the second month of the new year. Still early, man. So
Coach,
that's my take, man.
we're gonna leave it right there. And I'm gonna take your advice. Definitely tomorrow, man. I'm gonna get out. They saying the weather don't begin to start breaking, so even
Oh,
before I
okay.
start training, I like to get out a couple hours and just enjoy nature. So my plan tomorrow, once again, like I always do, I'm gonna get out tomorrow and sit the chair down for a couple hours and just get my mind right. You understand? So I appreciate you. I take your
Same
advice,
here, man.
and until the next time we come together, take care of yourself.
You too, man.